Have you ever felt like your energy is fading faster than it used to? Or maybe you've noticed that your body doesn't feel as strong or as resilient as it once did. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. As we get older, it's natural to wonder, can we really take control of our health and feel better, even after 55? Well, the answer is a resounding yes, and today, I'm going to show you exactly how. In this video, we're diving into a topic that can literally change your life. How to lower high blood pressure naturally with 5 incredible foods and 3 simple exercises. And trust me, you'll want to stick around until the end because the last tip might be the most powerful one of all. Now, before we get started, I want to make something crystal clear. This video is for informational purposes only. While everything I'm sharing today is backed by research, I'm not a doctor, and everyone's health is unique. So, always check with your healthcare provider before making any major changes to your diet or lifestyle. All right, let's jump in. When it comes to high blood pressure, also called hypertension, many people think medication is the only answer. But here's the thing. Science tells us that small, natural changes can have a powerful impact. For instance, did you know that research from the American Heart Association shows that lifestyle changes can lower blood pressure just as effectively as some medications? That's huge. So, let's start with something simple, but powerful. The first food you want to add to your diet is leafy greens. And I'm not talking about just any salad here. Think spinach, kale, and Swiss chard, greens that are packed with potassium. Why does that matter? Well, potassium helps your body flush out excess sodium through your urine, and sodium is one of the biggest culprits behind high blood pressure. A study published in the journal Hypertension found that people who increased their potassium intake saw a significant drop in blood pressure. And the best part? It's easy to add these greens to your day. Toss a handful of spinach into your morning smoothie, or sauté some kale with olive oil for dinner. It's simple, delicious, and your heart will thank you. And here's a little story for you. My friend Martha started adding a small side of steamed spinach to her dinner every night. Within a couple of months, her blood pressure readings began to drop steadily. She told me, "I never thought something so simple could make such a difference." All right, now that we've got your greens covered, let's talk about a food that's probably sitting in your pantry right now: beets. Beets are like nature's blood pressure medicine. They're packed with something called nitrates, which your body converts into nitric oxide, a compound that helps relax and widen your blood vessels, making it easier for blood to flow. A study from Queen Mary University of London found that drinking just 1 glass of beet juice a day can lower blood pressure within hours. Isn't that amazing? And don't worry, you don't have to drink beet juice if that's not your thing. You can roast them, slice them into salads, or even blend them into a smoothie. The key is consistency. Now, you might be thinking, okay, leafy greens and beets sound easy enough, but what else can I do? Well, here's where it gets even better: berries. Specifically, blueberries. Blueberries are packed with anthocyanins, which are powerful antioxidants. According to research from the Journal of the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics, eating just a cup of blueberries a day can lead to significant reductions in both systolic and diastolic blood pressure. Plus, they're sweet, easy to snack on, and a great alternative to processed sugary treats. I know someone, a retired teacher named Jim, who started adding blueberries to his oatmeal every morning. After about 3 months, his doctor noticed a significant drop in his blood pressure. And the best part? He didn't feel like he was making a huge sacrifice. So now we've covered 3 foods: leafy greens, beets, and blueberries. But I want to pause here for a second because we can't forget about movement. You've probably heard it before. Exercise is important. But here's the thing. You don't need to spend hours at the gym or do anything extreme. In fact, just 30 minutes of gentle movement a day can make a world of difference. And you can start right where you are. A study from the National Institutes of Health found that older adults who engaged in light physical activity, like walking, had lower blood pressure and a reduced risk of heart disease. Even if you start with a 10-minute walk after dinner, you're already moving in the right direction. If you're thinking, "I'm not as active as I used to be," that's okay. Start small. I knew a woman named Helen. She was 67 when she decided to start walking daily. At first, she could only manage 5 minutes at a time. But little by little, she built up to 30 minutes a day. Not only did her blood pressure drop, but she also felt more energized and less stressed. And that brings me to a form of exercise that's perfect for lowering blood pressure: deep breathing and gentle stretching. Research from the Mayo Clinic shows that slow, mindful breathing can help lower blood pressure by calming the nervous system. Try this. Take a deep breath in for 4 counts. Hold it for 4 counts. And exhale slowly for 6 counts. It's simple, but it works. Now that we've covered these foundational foods and an easy movement strategy, you're already equipped with powerful tools to start improving your health. But don't go anywhere, because up next, we're going to dive into even more foods that can lower your blood pressure naturally, plus 2 more simple exercises that are perfect for people over 55. And trust me, these next tips might surprise you. So, if you're ready to take control of your blood pressure and feel better every single day, stay with me, because the best is yet to come. Now that we've talked about leafy greens, beets, and blueberries, plus the power of simple movement, let's keep going with even more foods and exercises that can naturally lower your blood pressure. And I have to say, the next one is as delicious as it is powerful. Have you ever heard of fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, or sardines? These are some of the best heart-friendly foods you can eat, and here's why. They're packed with omega-3 fatty acids. Omega-3s are known to reduce inflammation, improve blood vessel function, and, yes, lower blood pressure. Research published in the Journal of the American Heart Association found that people who eat fatty fish at least twice a week had significantly lower blood pressure than those who didn't. It's all thanks to those omega-3s, which help relax blood vessels and reduce pressure on your arteries. And if you're thinking, "I'm not a fan of fish," don't worry. There are other ways to get your omega-3s. Flax seeds, chia seeds, and walnuts are excellent plant-based sources. You could sprinkle a tablespoon of ground flaxseed on your morning cereal or blend it into a smoothie. The key is consistency. Make these foods part of your weekly routine. I remember a man named George. He was 64 when his doctor warned him about his rising blood pressure. He started eating salmon once a week and added a daily sprinkle of flaxseed to his yogurt. Within a few months, his numbers improved so much that his doctor was amazed. And you know what George told me? "I actually enjoy these changes. I feel like I'm doing something good for myself every day." And speaking of doing something good for yourself, let's talk about an everyday hero that's probably already in your kitchen: garlic. Garlic isn't just for adding flavor to your meals. It's a natural blood pressure powerhouse. It contains a compound called allicin, which has been shown to relax blood vessels and improve blood flow. In fact, a review of studies published in the journal Integrated Blood Pressure Control found that garlic supplements can reduce blood pressure as effectively as some prescription medications. Now, you don't have to pop garlic pills if that's not your style. Adding fresh garlic to your meals works just as well. Try crushing a clove and letting it sit for 10 minutes before cooking. That helps activate the allicin. And here's a tip. Roasting garlic mellows the flavor and makes it easier to digest. I know someone, my neighbor, Carol, who started adding fresh garlic to her stir-fries a few nights a week. She wasn't expecting much, but after a few months, her blood pressure numbers dropped, and she felt more energized. She told me, "It's such a small thing, but it's made a big difference." All right, we've covered 4 powerful foods so far: leafy greens, beets, blueberries, and now fatty fish and garlic. But what about the next exercise? If you want a simple, low-impact movement that works wonders for blood pressure, try gentle strength training. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Strength training? Isn't that for bodybuilders? Not at all. In fact, research from the Mayo Clinic shows that light strength training, using your own body weight or simple resistance bands, can help reduce blood pressure by improving circulation and building muscle. And here's the best part: you don't need fancy equipment. You could start with simple exercises like wall push-ups, seated leg lifts, or gentle squats using a sturdy chair for support. Even 5 to 10 minutes a day can make a real difference. I met a woman named Linda who started with just 2-pound hand weights. At first, she did simple arm curls while watching her favorite TV show. Over time, she built strength, felt more confident, and, yes, her blood pressure improved. She told me, "I never thought I could do this, but now it's part of my routine." And that brings us to something else that's just as important as physical exercise: managing stress. You probably already know that stress can send your blood pressure skyrocketing. But here's the good news: simple relaxation exercises can help bring it back down. One of the most effective? Slow, mindful breathing. A study from Harvard Medical School found that deep breathing exercises activate your body's relaxation response, which helps lower blood pressure naturally. And it's incredibly easy to do. Try this simple exercise with me right now. 1. Breathe in slowly through your nose for 4 counts. 2. Hold your breath for 4 counts. 3. Exhale gently through your mouth for 6 counts. That's it. Just a few minutes of this practice each day can help calm your nervous system and ease tension. It's like giving your heart a mini vacation. I know a retired firefighter named Joe who swears by this technique. Whenever he feels stress creeping up, he takes a few deep breaths. He told me, "It's like flipping a switch. I can actually feel my blood pressure dropping." And while we're talking about relaxation, there's one more thing you should know. Laughter is truly good medicine. Yes, you heard that right. Researchers from the University of Maryland found that people who laugh regularly have better circulation and lower blood pressure. So, whether it's watching a funny movie, sharing a joke with a friend, or spending time with your grandkids, never underestimate the power of a good laugh. And don't worry if you're just starting out. Every little bit helps. The most important thing is to begin. Whether it's adding a handful of blueberries to your breakfast, taking a short walk after dinner, or practicing a few deep breaths. Each small step adds up over time. Now that we've explored 5 incredible foods and 2 simple exercises, you might be wondering, what's next? Well, stick with me, because in the next part of this video, I'm going to share one more powerful exercise that's perfect for people over 55. Plus, we'll tackle some of the most common challenges you might face, like staying motivated when life gets busy or when your energy is low. And I'll give you practical, real-life solutions to keep you on track. So, if you're ready to take charge of your blood pressure and live your best, healthiest life, don't go anywhere. The best is yet to come. Now that we've covered 5 powerful foods and 2 simple exercises to naturally lower your blood pressure, it's time to talk about one more exercise that's especially helpful if you're over 55. And here's the best part. It's gentle, relaxing, and you can do it right from home. I'm talking about yoga, or gentle stretching. Now, before you think, isn't yoga just for the super flexible? Hear me out. You don't need to twist yourself into a pretzel to benefit from it. In fact, studies show that even simple stretching routines can have a powerful effect on your blood pressure. A study published in the Journal of Human Hypertension found that people who practiced gentle yoga for just 12 weeks experienced significant drops in both systolic and diastolic blood pressure. And the reason is simple. Slow, mindful movement combined with deep breathing helps calm the nervous system, improves circulation, and reduces stress. The best part? You don't need a yoga studio or fancy equipment. You can start with a couple of simple stretches. One of my favorites is a gentle seated forward bend. Just sit comfortably, reach toward your toes, and breathe deeply. Or try a shoulder roll, a great way to release tension if you spend a lot of time sitting. I once met a man named Paul who was 72 when he started doing just 10 minutes of gentle stretching each morning. At first, he felt a bit stiff, but within a few weeks, not only did his blood pressure improve, but he also felt more flexible and energized. He told me, "I didn't think it would make such a difference, but I feel like a new person." And that brings us to something I know a lot of people struggle with: staying motivated. Let's be honest, making lifestyle changes can feel overwhelming, especially when you're busy or not feeling your best. But here's the truth: small, consistent steps matter more than perfection. If you've ever started a new routine and felt frustrated when you didn't see instant results, you're not alone. But the key is to focus on progress, not perfection. Even tiny changes, like swapping a salty snack for a handful of blueberries or adding a 5-minute stretch to your day, add up over time. And here's something to keep in mind. You don't have to do it alone. One of the best ways to stay on track is to find a buddy. Maybe it's a spouse, a friend, or even a walking group in your community. Having someone to share the journey with can make all the difference. I know a woman named Barbara. She's 68, and a couple of years ago, her blood pressure was creeping up. She decided to start walking with a neighbor 3 times a week. At first, they only walked around the block, but soon they were walking 2 miles and feeling better than ever. And the best part? She didn't just lower her blood pressure. She also made a lifelong friend. And if you ever feel like giving up, remember your why. Maybe it's wanting to play with your grandkids without feeling out of breath. Maybe it's wanting to stay independent and active for as long as possible. Whatever your reason, keep it close to your heart, because that's what will keep you going on tough days. And speaking of staying motivated, there's one more thing you should know. Your mindset matters. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking, "I'm too old to change," or "It's too late for me." But let me tell you, that's simply not true. Your body is always responding to the choices you make, no matter your age. In fact, research from Johns Hopkins University suggests that people who adopt heart-healthy habits, even later in life, can extend their lifespan and improve their quality of life. So, no matter where you're starting from, you have the power to make positive changes. And if you're thinking, "But what if I slip up?" Don't worry, you're human. Life happens. If you miss a walk or indulge in a treat, just pick up where you left off. What matters most is that you keep moving forward. Now, before we wrap up, let me give you a quick recap of what we've covered so far. We talked about 5 incredible foods: leafy greens, beets, blueberries, fatty fish, and garlic, all scientifically proven to help lower blood pressure naturally. And we explored 3 simple exercises: gentle walking, light strength training, and yoga or stretching that can make a real difference. But here's the thing: knowledge is only powerful if you put it into action. So, I want to challenge you. What's one small change you can make today? Maybe it's adding a serving of leafy greens to your dinner. Maybe it's taking a 5-minute walk. Whatever it is, start small and build from there. And remember, you're not doing this alone. I'm here to support you, and there's an entire community of people just like you who are on this journey to better health. In the next part of this video, we're going to bring everything together. I'll share some final words of motivation, plus a simple daily challenge you can start right away. And trust me, you won't want to miss it, because these small steps can lead to big, life-changing results. So, stay with me, because your healthiest, happiest years are still ahead. We've covered a lot so far. 5 powerful foods and 3 simple exercises that can naturally lower your blood pressure. But before we wrap things up, I want to leave you with something even more important. A mindset shift that can transform your health for the long haul. Here's the truth. Small, consistent changes create lasting results. It's not about doing everything perfectly or overhauling your life overnight. It's about those little decisions you make every day, the ones that, over time, add up to a healthier, stronger you. And the best part? It's never too late to start. I've met people in their 60s, 70s, and even 80s who have turned their health around just by making small, manageable changes. Like my friend Evelyn, she's 74, and when her doctor told her she needed to lower her blood pressure, she felt overwhelmed at first. But instead of giving up, she started small. She swapped her usual salty snacks for a handful of walnuts. She added a 10-minute walk after lunch. And she practiced simple breathing exercises when she felt stressed. Within 6 months, her blood pressure improved. She felt more energetic. And she told me, "I never thought such simple changes could make such a big difference. But they have. And you know what? You can do it too." So here's my challenge for you. Pick one thing to start today. Just one. Maybe it's adding a serving of leafy greens to your lunch. Maybe it's taking a short walk after dinner. Or maybe it's practicing that simple breathing exercise we talked about. Whatever it is, commit to it for the next week. And here's the key. Celebrate every small win. If you choose a healthier snack, celebrate it. If you go for a 5-minute walk, celebrate it. Every positive choice is a step toward better health, and those steps matter. You might be wondering, what happens if I slip up? Well, here's the thing. Progress isn't a straight line. We all have days when life gets in the way. But one misstep doesn't erase all your progress. What matters is that you keep going. If you ever feel discouraged, remember this. Your body wants to heal. Every positive change you make, no matter how small, gives your body the support it needs to function better. And if you need a little extra motivation, think about your why. Why do you want to lower your blood pressure? Maybe it's to have more energy to play with your grandkids. Maybe it's to stay active and independent. Or maybe it's simply to feel better and enjoy life to the fullest. Whatever your reason, hold on to it, because that's what will keep you going. And speaking of motivation, here's something powerful to remember. Your best years are not behind you. There's a growing body of research showing that people who adopt healthy habits later in life can still experience incredible benefits. In fact, a study from Harvard University found that older adults who make positive lifestyle changes, like eating healthier, moving more, and managing stress, can add years to their life and improve their quality of life. And that's not just a statistic. That's a reality I've seen again and again. Take my friend John, for example. He was 69 when he decided to start taking better care of himself. He didn't do anything extreme, just small, sustainable changes. He began walking 15 minutes a day, swapped processed foods for whole, natural options, and practiced mindfulness when life felt stressful. Now, at 74, he says he feels better than he did in his 50s. His story, and the stories of so many others, prove that it's never too late to take control of your health. And the beautiful thing? Every positive change you make doesn't just impact you, it impacts the people you love. When you take care of your health, you're giving yourself the gift of a longer, fuller life. And you're also giving your loved ones more time with you. So, if you're still with me, and I know you are, I want you to take this to heart. You are worth the effort. Your health is worth the effort. And you don't have to do it alone. There's a whole community of people just like you who are on this journey toward better health. And I'm right here with you every step of the way. Now, before we wrap up, let's do a quick recap of what we've covered. We talked about 5 powerful foods: leafy greens, beets, blueberries, fatty fish, and garlic, all backed by science to help lower blood pressure naturally. We explored 3 simple exercises: gentle walking, light strength training, and yoga or stretching that can support your heart, improve circulation, and boost your energy. And most importantly, we talked about the power of small, consistent changes and how those changes, over time, can lead to better health and a better quality of life. So, here's my question for you. What's the first step you're going to take? I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Are you going to try one of the foods we talked about? Maybe add a new exercise to your routine? Whatever it is, share it below. I read every comment, and your story might just inspire someone else. And if you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up. It really helps the channel. And don't forget to subscribe for more practical tips on living your healthiest, happiest life. Because here's the thing. You deserve to feel good. You deserve to live a life full of energy, vitality, and joy. And the best time to start? Right now. So, until next time, here's to living your best life at any age. You've got this.